Hello, my crafty friend. Join me today to learn how to take this boring piece of white cotton fabric and turn it into a colorful masterpiece using an ancient art form called batik. All you need is Elmer's glue and some acrylic paint. Join me and I'll show you how. Let's talk about batik. Batik is a resist method dating all the way back to ancient Egypt, using wax as the resist medium. Once wax is applied with a tool called the janting tool, the fabric is then painted or dyed and the wax removed, creating beautiful, one-of-a-kind designs. This practice can still be found all around the world, particularly in Indonesia and Malaysia. Materials you'll need for this project: white cotton fabric cut to the size you want, Elmer's glue, glue applicator bottles, which are optional, a paint palette, you can substitute a paper plate, water cup for rinsing brushes, fabric medium, this is optional, it'll help the paint bond to your fabric, various colors of acrylic paint, cheap brushes, a design template. This adorable kitty cat is free and linked below, or design your own template. A washable marker. Please, please, please make sure it's washable or it ain't coming out. All right, let's set up our space before we begin. I forgot to mention you'll need painter's tape or masking tape, so go grab some now. You'll also need these items mentioned before. You'll want to tape your white cloth and leave the bottom open. And now grab some templates that you want to use, or you can freestyle it. This template can be found in the description below. This is my sunflower cat design. And just slide it underneath the white fabric. Now taking your washable marker, you're going to trace the outline of your template. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this on warp speed because it's a bit long. Once you're finished tracing your template, take it out. We're going to go ahead and create a tile effect for the borders of this piece. So you're just going to move it around, just matching up the flowers corner to corner, and continue tracing. Once you're done tracing your outline, remove your template. Now let's get gluing. I'm a lefty, so I like to start at the top right, moving down to the bottom right corner. If you're right-handed, start from the top left and move down. This will keep you from smearing glue all over your hand and making a big gluey mess all over your artwork. And then you'll have to start over. I do not recommend. Here's a little trick to getting better details when you're gluing over sharp angles. When you get to a tight angle, lift the tip of your glue bottle so the stream of glue releases, and then continue on where you left off. Once you're finished gluing your outline, double check your glue lines to ensure there are no gaps and correct as needed. Now go ahead and let this dry overnight. Alright, it's paint party time! Okay, so grab all these supplies. Another useful but optional item is this eyedropper, which works wonderfully for diluting your paint. If you got one, go get it or check out the recommended link below. Oh, and don't forget a water cup. Now set up your palette by adding a full dropper full of water into each reservoir. We want this paint to be a thinner consistency, so a little watery. If you need to add more, feel free to. I think I added about 2 or 3 full droppers full just to get this to the right consistency that I wanted. Now add whatever colors you want. You can also mix colors to achieve different hues or tones. Next, we'll add fabric medium. This will help the acrylic pigments bond to the fabric and give it a softer hand feel rather than making it stiff. A 1-to-1 ratio is recommended on the bottle, but I used about half that because I'm cheap. Whatever. Okay, now mix, 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 and get that paint all mixed up. You have 2 choices when it comes to paint order. You can start in the top right if you're a lefty and move down and across the painting, or vice versa, top left if you're a righty. But you can also start in the center, which is what I'm gonna do, because I want to use my lighter, warmer colors first, and then complete the background using cooler, darker colors. And it just looks cool for videoing purposes. Make sure you are brushing paint all the way to your glue lines, even over. This will achieve a much cleaner outlined look for your final piece. Here I'm starting on the background, and I'm using a light turquoise, and as I paint toward the corners, I'm going to add a dark teal blue and try to blend it. If you want to try this effect, I recommend blending while both colors are still wet. You can also create a shade in between by mixing the 2 colors together on your palette. That will give you better results for blending. Once you're finished painting, time to let this beauty dry for at least 24 hours, 72 hours if you're a cute, patient person. Okay, now we need to let this baby soak for at least an hour. Take a bin or an office trash can and fill it with water and add some dish soap and aggressively agitate it. Now throw in your masterpiece and agitate it, gently this time. Soaking will soften and remove some of the glue so you don't gunk up your washing machine when you wash it later. Let me show you what's going on here. The glue is getting icky because it's softening and dissolving into the water. You're still seeing marker lines, which is okay, don't panic, and you're going to see flecks of paint, which is also okay, because it's the paint that you brushed over your glue lines and it's flaking off. Now you can wash this on a cold, delicate cycle with detergent. I had my 11 and 7-year-old test this activity, and I would say it's 5 and up approved. They wanted to design their own templates, so I cut a piece of paper the same size as the fabric, which in this case was 8 by 8 inches. I made their fabric smaller because I wanted to make sure this was something they could complete in 2 short 30 to 60 minute sessions, so it's not so overwhelming and they don't lose interest. When your kiddos do the paint session, make sure you have them in a paint smock or an old shirt you don't mind getting ruined, because it will get ruined. I have some smocks linked below my kids have been using for years, if you want to check them out. Now again, you'll want to let these dry for at least 24 hours to let the paint cure to the fabric. These turned out beautifully, and I cannot wait to see how they look like after they're washed.
Alright, so I have washed and dried my project. I also ironed it, which I never do because I hate ironing. But this is a special occasion because look how this turned out, guys. Yeah, it washed out really well. The glue and the marker are gone. The colors are super vibrant, and those white lines, it turned out so good. I'm so happy with it. But yeah, this is great. I love it. So my daughter did this one right here, and it's backwards. Her colors are so beautiful. I love the soft colors against this teal color right here. But as you can see, she did lose a little bit of detail where the beaks are. And that is because the paint didn't go all the way to the glue line. So what you want to do as you're painting, you want to make sure you apply that acrylic paint up to the glue line, like all the way up. You can even go over the glue a little bit. That's okay. It's gonna wash out. It's gonna flake off as you wash it. So make sure to get that detail in that you are painting up to your glue lines. This is my son's, and his turned out great too. Look at the detail in that star. That turned out so good. And this right here, I don't know if you can tell, the gold paint, it still has a nice metallic sheen to it. But the star, it looks like some of the metallic sheen washed off. And that is okay. It still looks great. What he can do is take a silver, metallic silver acrylic marker and just paint over where the gray is and to get that back. So it is not a big deal. It looks really good still. But anyway, I would love to see your projects. So if you do this project or if you have any questions about it, please send me an email or a message on Instagram. This can be found in my About section on my channel page. So please feel free to reach out to me. Send me your project photos. I would love to see them. So anyway, I'm Kim. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to see you around again. Bye.